Okay, here we go.
You ready?
How's it going,
Good,
Tom?
brother. Good.
We are the Tom and Trey Show.
We sure are.
Yeah. You are?
I am Tom.
I am Trey.
You are Trey. So we're going to do something a little different, which is good.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, I work on amps, and I've had two of them here in recent times. That one was a JTM 45, and its owner came yesterday and picked it up, and we had it spooled up back here for a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's tickled to death. And then this one was sent to me from Jacksonville, Florida, and we're in Red Line, Pennsylvania. And
That's so cool.
it was a disaster. It really
Was it really?
Oh, it was bad. So if you want to see what really was wrong, if you go to the Buzztone YouTube channel, you'll see this in a state of repair, and I'll tell you what all was wrong with it. But the good part is it's all back together, and it's the way it should have been, and it's awesome. So I thought, what a great way to demo the amp and show its capabilities. These aren't really a high, drive, high gain amp.
Yeah, of course.
But it's killer, and it has its thing. So
yeah.
We have it set up to go. So other than that, man, we'll let you do your thing, and then maybe we'll swap different channels. Right now we're in the high treble channel, and we're spooled up probably around 6, I imagine. Okay. Pretty close to that.
Yeah.
And then, so other than that, man, we'll hit it.
Yeah. So JTM 45, and we're running it through Alnico Cream 90s.
Cream 90s. Yeah. So this is actually the Blues Breaker. I want to do a video on the history of the Blues Breakers because, the term is thrown around a lot. Game changer. These were the game changer. Anything after this was the game changer. The amps today that are driven, this is what drove it. So the JTM 45, when it came out in 1962, in its exception, when it was accepted and it was put in production, it was the world's loudest amplifier.
Wow.
So this is the Blues Breaker version, which is exactly the same amp plus tremolo. That's all.
Yep.
So good stuff. But yeah, these got a history, and they got a thing, and everything past this is still based on this style circuit.
That's so amazing. Now, curious, I see this a lot whenever I'm, it's funny, the first time I saw it actually was on an app that had a Marshall app version of a Marshall Plexi.
Oh, cool.
But they had the black knobs on what is it, the presence or the...
Well, on this one, it's because the caps came off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's that chrome cap or the gold cap was on here. They just came off every time.
It was just accidental. Yeah. But I know a lot of guys do that on the mid range.
Right.
And the it might be the master, the mid range and the master. So they're easy to see.
Yeah. So that's the one thing about,
they're notorious.
I have some Plexis that I've actually years ago put chicken heads on.
That makes sense
because you can actually see where you're at,
Yeah.
So the volumes, isn't so important, but the bass, middle, and treb, it's good to know.
Yeah. Amen.
So it's a struggle, just to see that little line.
Yeah.
But
either way, I still does the chicken knobs too.
Right. I really like them. Or something that's large with if it's a black knob, have a white stripe on it somewhere.
Something.
So you can see it. Because when these are if you're on a stage environment, good luck.
Good luck. Yeah. You're in a pickle.
So, right. So, but anyhow, they have a thing, and this is really, to me, it really gets no better than the early Marshall stuff. So
that's fantastic. So.
Light her up.
Light her up. That's so good. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, for what they are. I don't have the head case. Actually, this goes in a combo, a 212 combo. He shipped it to me, so we keep the shipping to the minimal, so that I don't have the box for this. But
Yeah.
it'll be going back in its box, I'm sure, and by next week.
Yeah. It
But
sounds
yeah,
fantastic.
they you know what? It's funny. I say the good stuff's already been done, and this is an example of that because it's got a great clean sound. But and this amp is one that you'd want to use if you wanted to drive it. You're going
Yeah.
to have to put a drive pedal in front of it.
Of course, I actually brought some that if we want to, we can hit it. There's actually the LPD guy sent me
Yeah, yeah.
an amazing boost. You got to hear this boost.
I'm
It
sure.
sounds amazing. So we should hit it with that because I
Yeah,
think it's going to light it up. This just sounds so good, just
yeah,
as is,
it does.
So musical and rich, and everything you hit, like it's super touch dynamic. Cleans up really nice when I do that.
So without having a master, so the JTM 45 was here. He's going to start digging this amp. He's had it for over 20 years,
Yeah,
but he's never really used it.
used it. Yeah,
So he used some other amps, and us, the new Marshalls, belong on stages,
they
and
do.
that's what he was after. So, but putting the master in that really helped. Then you could really spool it up,
Yep.
and then control it, so to say. But this is not having a master. You'd have to. It would get pretty. It's respectively loud now. It would get extremely loud in here when we peg it.
Yeah, yeah, and
So
it's on what, about 6? You said.
that's my best guess. Let me
Yeah. So
just
it's
be.
at the spot where it's starting to get
It's
that natural
yeah.
breakup. You know.
Let me get it at 10 and back off a couple. That's usually what I do.
That's 10.
No, that's about 7.
Yeah, cool. But that's
That's
starting
a
to get
that's
that nice creamy overdrive.
yeah.
You
I'm
know.
trying. Yeah,
I know it's hard
yeah.
because we're talking.
So
Sorry.
we've learned some things. We're trying not to talk when we're playing because it just creates so much havoc in trying to process the video. So if we
Yeah,
screw that up, apologize in advance. It's going to happen.
it is gonna
But
happen.
to me, the Marshall's magic starts at 7.
You always say that.
It is. You get too past that, and then it flubs out. It's just
Flubs
not.
out and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
7 is it, man.
Yeah, that sounded
Yeah.
glorious.
So crank it up. Yeah. So everybody should have a JTM 45 in their stash of goods.
I
That's
want one
where
for sure.
yeah, because look, I
Yeah.
mean, don't think about it. And the cool part is I have JTM chassis and faceplates that are legit.
That's so
And
great.
we could build any version of anything in them, but they're good. They are a good. It's just a good thing to have.
Yeah.
They got a good clean. They get a little dirt in them. A good blues amp.
It's wild because to me that's how a clean channel actually should sound. You
Right.
know, that's hyper clean, even though that's got its thing. If I was doing maybe like old 50s Ventures music, I would want a Fender, but I would be surprised if most people wouldn't want that
Yeah.
over it.
Well, and then even think about that. So when you said about that 50s stuff, so if they were playing 50s rock and roll, rockabilly and rock and roll in the 50s, they'd be using tweeds at the best.
You're right.
So they would be breaking up as they
You're
are too.
totally
You think
right.
about if you listen to Bill Haley in the comments, rock around the clock, stuff like that. There's a little breakup in
There
that
is
stuff.
a little breakup.
So guitars need that pure signal. If you want pure signal, go solid state.
Yeah,
Just that simple.
that is very true. There's a special magic when it just turns over like that.
Yeah, you got to have that response. And then the cool part is when you get them to a little bit of dirt, you can always back your volume off and you
Yep.
get a really nice, your jazzy clean. You have to
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
Just try it
Definitely.
on your neck. Yeah,
Yeah. So let's do it. I'm gonna roll the volume back a little bit too.
sure. Yeah. I mean, it's very simple.
It,
It does great things.
it sounds beautiful.
Let's try the normal channel out just for fun.
Yeah.
That'll be a little less gainier for sure. And this is like if you have a Strat, that's just a good Strat. If you're using a single coil pickup, it's a
Yeah.
good side for it. Strats like this side. Unless you're really spooling hard,
Mm-hmm.
then this is good for Strats.
Yeah, I feel like a telly would be good there
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Anything single coil is pretty good, other than like a Les Paul Jr. A P90 is still strong enough to push the treble channel,
Mm-hmm.
but the Fender style single coils, Strat or Telly would get along pretty good in that treble channel. But Strats really sound to me best in this
Yep.
channel, just because if you're going to use the bridge pickup,
Yep.
this will help that a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just catching the snare.
Good move.
Yeah, man. I heard it, but I thought, we got mics on the cabinets. Maybe won't pick it up, but
But it
it
may.
may. So
Yeah.
either way. So if you
Smart
hear the
move.
snare, you hear that scratchy, it's the snare back there.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
That's
a
right.
full-on rock and roll show. Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing, man? Doing good. Doing good. It's so good feeling.
You gotta have one of these.
I do,
I know
man.
you're in all the other stuff, but I'm telling you, there's no school like the old school. I hate that term game changer, but this did change the world when it came out.
When I played that first one you made,
Yeah,
that amp immediately it was life changing. It was
they just sing.
they do,
Now
and
that
they
one
feel
was,
good to
yeah,
my hands. That's I don't know about what other people feel like,
yeah,
but I feel like my playing hits a different level when I am on that amp.
right. And
You know,
that one was a legit one because it took me over a year to make that because I had to source all the correct era parts for
that was magical.
65. Yeah,
Yeah,
but there's just even this one. This one is not of that. This does not have the British output transformer.
does
But
it
it's
have a modern
still,
transformer?
yeah, but it's okay. And
It
I had
still
to replace
sounds
the
great.
power one because it was completely smoked. The story on this was incredible. It was a disaster inside,
Mm-hmm.
and it's unfortunate. But it's the good part is it's good now. It'll last a lifetime.
And those are what type?
KT66s.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, they're
ones.
ones. That's it for this.
So the KT66, you
66s. Yeah,
said.
there's big vinyl tubes, and so originally they were using the 5881s and 6L6s, and then their supply kind of dried up. They were using all war surplus stuff to get this started.
Really?
Yeah, so and at that time, I know England had pretty strong tariffs and stuff on because they wanted to establish their economy again with their stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why they always say that Marshall copied the Bassman, but they don't sound alike, man.
I know, you're right about that.
And that's okay. So and then I'm sure that that they all revolve from something. The whole object is, and I always tell everybody, my R&D process is real simple. It's rob and duplicate.
Yeah, that's
All right, I
right.
mean that's the truth. But I like the things as they were.
They're good.
So
Great.
if you make them like they were, they'll sound like they should, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a magical sound.
but they went to KT 66s, but by 67 they were done with those because same way it was a surplus, or for them to get supplied those, the surplus just wasn't there.
Yeah.
So they went to the EL34s, and that's where they've been ever since. So,
and that's where the Plexi was born.
Yeah, right in that era, right in there. And these are technically, you could call them plexi. They have a plexiglass faceplate. That's really what that term is.
Yeah.
But so after this, the JTM 45, even though this is the MK4, which just means it has a tremolo, it's still a JTM 45. But then they had the JTM 50 come out in late '66, and that's when they switched to EL34s. The very early JTM 50 still had a tube rectifier. That's what that one is.
Really?
And then shortly thereafter, especially when Pete Townsend approached him about making 100-watt stuff, he needed more. He didn't know how we were going to get it. We're going to make more.
more.
So it made logical sense to drop the rectifier tube and get to a solid state rectifier. The price, we talked about that in another video, but the price difference between a tube, a socket, and the wiring compared to 4 diodes is a big difference, especially when you're trying to build on mass.
For sure. So, yeah.
And then the JTM 50, eventually when the JMP products came out by 67, 68 timeframe, magic started to happen. They learned more, along the way. So people make everybody likes the 68.
That's the golden.
67, 68, yeah. But there's reasons why, because really a 67 isn't too far from this circuit, just with EL34s.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they both have what they call a shared cathode. One day maybe we can flip them over and zoom the camera and point.
I would like to do that, yeah.
And then and show this is what here's a 64, here's a 65, 66, 67.
Yeah, because I still want to learn about all the PA stuff and all that stuff too.
Yeah, there's so much to it.
Models,
yeah. But it's funny because they're all based on this amplifier.
How they got it right.
without the tremolo, so to say. But this basic board, you can build a lot of Marshalls on.
Yeah, amen.
So it's cool.
And the trim works in this?
Yeah, but it's not as good as
the other trim.
I hate to say that.
Yeah.
But so Marshall did 2 different tremolos. So when the original tremolos was one way, the reissues were another.
Yeah.
And this one has the alternate style, and it is not near as slow as the other one.
That one was magical.
It is,
sure.
Man. So, so I talked to the owner about it. He said I don't really use tremolo anyhow.
Yeah, okay. It's fine.
So that's fine.
Right? I know when I get one done,
the tremolo is once you hear a good one, you'll find a use for it.
You sure will.
So
that was one of the coolest sounds I ever heard in my life.
It's kind of neat. So I got other cool sounds that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what a vibratone is?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Well, I have one now.
Oh, that's so
1968
awesome.
vibratone.
That's so cool.
So, thanks, Chad.
That was here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see it.
I started talking to him about it. He goes, I have one. I said, what? I said, yeah, I have all the parts to build one. He goes, I have one. He said, it went back there. He said, let's get it out. I said, don't have to get it out. It weigh a ton,
Yeah.
So, I know we're getting off track, but that's part of it, man. We did what the amp does. Let's just talk about our cool stuff.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, long story short, we get it out. He goes, yeah, it is. He goes, I don't need that thing, little 10-inch speaker. You can have it. I said, Chad, I don't want to have it. He said, no, there it is. You want one? There it is.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? You've told me 3 times. Okay, I'm in. We'll make a video and we'll make sure that everybody knows that we got this from Chad.
Yeah, he is super awesome, man. He's so generous. Say enough good things
right. I couldn't believe it because I've been wanting one of these forever. And then we'll cover that. We'll have to make a whole episode on vibratone, so I won't get into it heavy now. But interesting part is, back in those days, you had fuzz, you had wah, and you had vibratone if you had one.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it ended at those days.
Yeah, that's all you had. That's right.
Yeah. So, and then like Jimmy had the octave, whatever, the octafuzz or whatever, Octavia, whatever it was, but he has But that was very limited effects. So when you see the size of this thing, or the world sees the size of this thing,
Yeah.
understand that that was the effect you wanted. You had to carry this thing with you.
Yeah. That's crazy to think about, you know?
So interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's so cool.
But yeah, man. But besides that,
Well, you know what I got? Do you want to run that boost through the front end real quick and
yeah,
hear
let's
it?
do it, man.
Yeah. So up until the flame mark, it's completely a clean boost, and then there's some kind of circuitry that comes in.
Okay, let's get to that point.
Yep, and then it starts to add more girth and
Gotcha.
yes, it is.
Let's see what goes on here.
I thought it was incredible sounding.
He's legit. His name's Lawrence.
Yeah. So
And,
there's Jeffrey with the telly too, and maybe we can shoot a little bit of that telly in this into that eventually. You know.
Yeah.
Let me adjust that just a
I can roll the volume down, but whatever you want to do.
There we go. That way we got some room.
Okay.
You know?
Gotcha.
Okay, so
all right, so no pedal.
yeah, and so it's just so everybody knows, this is an LPD Head-On Boost. Very cool pedal company, and Tom turned me on to them, and Lawrence just makes some amazing products.
He does. I got to tell you. So when I know I'm a sidetrack right off this, but when I got that 68 Deluxe pedal, I was so impressed with the quality I was looking at. Quality is everything, you know.
It's unbelievable.
So you get more than what you're paying for when you buy one of his pedals. That's no joke. I'm not saying that just I wouldn't own it if I didn't like it.
Amen.
So think about this. I did buy that other super duper Marshall style pedal. I can't remember the name of it. It had a zillion knobs and stuff. Rival drive, hot rodded rival drive, and it was. Don't get me wrong, it was good
and well made too.
Yeah,
that's a killer pedal.
Super heavy duty. But it was too much to try to figure out. Okay, what do I like? What I don't like.
know,
and that's okay if that's the only pedal you have. Great, you're gonna spend months figuring out. You're gonna find every sound you'd ever want.
Yep.
But I don't have that kind of time. So that pedal is very simplistic, and to this day, I just absolutely love that pedal. Yeah. And the other thing that blows my mind on that, and I noticed it right away. For one, the quality of it, and even the knobs and the foot switches and all that. Well, I like that foot switch is a momentary. It is not a click, click, click switch.
I do too.
It's a momentary hitting something that is engaging and disengaging the circuit. And I thought, you know what? That's the first I've ever felt that in the pedal. No, neither of us are really pedal guys, admittedly.
Yep, that's right.
But with that being said, I just knew there was something special about it. And this guy that turned me on to him, Jacob, was absolutely right. This killer pedal.
Yeah, I mean, you can feel it even in the paint. When I hold it, you can tell it's an artisan quality product.
So yeah, he's got it going on. And he is, if you want a Marshall in the box, that is the guy. That is the guy. And I know Marshall now is catching up and starting to make Marshalls in the box. It's like, where have you been?
I know.
But they're catching up. But to this point, I got to tell you, the LPD, I have the JMP pedal as well. And that one it blows my mind how good it is.
I can't wait to shoot them all together because I'm going to own most of them eventually.
Yeah, right on.
I liked every one so far. That boost, and so that boost has another cool feature. If you turn the power off and hold the switch, you can select between two different modes of bypass.
Okay.
So you can have it set where it's a momentary bypass, where it just like turns off and on when you click it, or you can have it where you can put your foot on it when you want it on.
Oh, okay.
And it'll stay on when the foot's engaged.
Right, so you're momentarily holding it and disengaging by your foot. That makes sense.
And the 68X, which is really cool pedal too, that one has the same kind of switching, but it goes to the lead channel when you do that for 30 milliseconds or whatever, or however many milliseconds. Right. It switches to the high gain channel.
Okay.
Pretty clever.
So did you get that one as well?
Yep, it's over there.
Okay, cool.
I can't wait to hear these together. You're going to love them.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay.
So here we are, and the volume's about what on the amp?
I'm going to say, here, let me think real quick. About 4.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a redneck plexi right there.
That is. It sounds good, though.
It does sound good. Don't tell the guys in Nashville.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
okay,
right.
So I'm going to put the boost at 12 o'clock.
Okay, is it on now?
Yeah, man.
awesome already.
Yeah. We're definitely boosted.
Wow,
What do
that
you think?
sounds good.
So, why does this work so well? Because it's pushing the front end of a tube amp.
That's right.
That is the key ingredient. The pedal is only as good as what it's plugged into.
Amen.
So, yeah, it's
That's good,
golly,
Travis.
man, yeah.
Jeez.
And the cool part is, you know what? It didn't change the color of your sound.
You're right.
It just pushed it.
Well, and that's what I've been looking for. I've really been that pedal is the one I was most excited about, if I'm honest, because out of I don't use pedals a lot, as you know.
No, I know.
And so if I'm gonna have a pedal on my board, I want something like that.
Yeah, it's very transparent, but it does the thing.
It does the thing.
Because that sound, it just sounded like we just rolled this to 10.
That's right. That's the thing, right? It just gave it that. And the cool thing, it still sounds good all when you, back off the guitar and do all the normal
Okay,
stuff.
so it'll clean up.
Yeah, so go ahead and hit it again. And then
and we're at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, so now I'm going to roll back. Super dynamic feeling still.
So roll that back to the clean again.
Mm-hmm.
Would this be a pedal that you would leave on?
You could, totally.
Yeah.
It makes everything sound even better.
Yeah.
That's what's wild. Like even when I put it at 9 o'clock, do that one time, and then listen to how turn it off one time.
You got it.
It's like everything just blooms.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It just gives you a little more.
That's awesome.
So good.
So I keep seeing this flame insignia on here, so we have to go there.
We have to. Let's do it. So now it's going to be activating. He told me it activates some other circuitry once we hit this flame.
Right.
It's going to add a little more grit.
The thing of the cleanup, I wonder, maybe he'll answer this for us. I saw something about pedals and pedal components. When the voltage drops below a certain threshold, it basically disengages the effect, so to say. So when you rolled your volume down, less inputs coming to it, does that open the switch or close the switch of that threshold, so now it's kind of passing through?
I wonder.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there's something to that. Like the guys that are into I think it's the fuzz pedals or something. There's a certain pedal that really cleans up well when you roll back, and this does as well.
I think it's the fuzz. I think you are right.
Yeah.
I think fuzz faces, they used to do it with it.
Yeah, because I know that there's a threshold involved in that, and you're below the signal that would engage it, so you can clean up well.
Yeah.
And then roll back in when you need it or whatever.
Yeah.
How about sidetracking? But how about is it Zach?
Oh,
Zach's
it's so
fuzz.
awesome. It's so cool, right?
I told him to stay on that because the fuzz guys are like a cult. You only have to make one thing, but
You're
make
right.
it really good.
I know it. Yep. And man, I'm just so proud of both of them.
Me too, man. They're awesome dudes.
They're such good dudes.
So that's the speakers in this I want to give them. So once I get,
do you know we had the open mic last night?
Okay.
And Brady played Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Oh, good. Yeah,
and
you did a great job on it. Yeah,
yep.
right on.
So that's great.
So anyhow, Brady and Zach, you guys are awesome, man. We're your biggest fans.
You're right about that.
All right, so here, to the fire.
Let's do the fire.
now working the knob slightly back and forth to hear that extra thing come in and out, and I could
Yeah.
actually hear it.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, do that again.
Yeah.
So just play something. I have it off now just to show the difference between the volumes and the sound.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I want one of these now,
Right.
because really,
Sold.
there is your. If you're a guy like me and you like this stuff like this is your second channel right here.
That's your secret weapon.
And look at the package size and stuff. This is all that amp needs
It's
to throw
all
it
it
over.
needs. It's incredible. And
that's all it's hooked up to. So there's no reverb, no delay, none of that stuff. It is
Yep.
that amp and this pedal and those speakers and your guitar and your ability, of course.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely amazing.
I couldn't believe it. I was blown away.
So and I was just going on about this. I'm just blown away because this does not change the tone of your instrument.
That's what's crazy. I know.
It is. It's like you added just an extra gain stage to your amp, but I don't know how it works, but it does a heck of a job.
It sure does. It's the most musical one I've heard. Usually the whole amp loses something when you have a boost.
Yeah, or it takes away the tone that you've worked so hard to get.
That's right.
And you have to me, your tone chase begins with your amp, then your speaker choice, and now your guitar, if you like the way it plays, then your last thing really is your pickups. So to get that final sound, and then you plug it into something, and now you've just lost something that you've worked so hard to have.
You're right.
That's why I'm the same as you. I don't really use them, or never. Even in the past when I used to play, I didn't use them.
I know it. I know exactly how you feel. It's that's why I always try to find an amp that I like just plugging straight in.
Yeah,
because that's going to be the most.
That's going to be
thing.
the sound.
But these pedals have changed my mind about it. It's the first time. Like the other day, I had a '64 Princeton, and I had it through my Bruno 1x12. Right, so I was, beefing it up a little bit with the 1x12.
Right.
And I ran his 5 pedals through that I had.
Gotcha.
So one's the 87, one's the 68X, the other one's the 55. And then I ran this boost in the front of all these, right?
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. And then he also sent the Supernode, the one with the Nobles.
Yeah, right.
Which we got to do a comparison of the Nobles with it, too. Because he even put a bass trim in the side.
Okay.
So you know how the Nobles, part of their magic is in the low end?
Right.
So he put a knob in there to exaggerate it.
Oh, really?
So you can get it closer.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just clever. He thought of that. And that one has the 70s Marshall on the left side.
Okay.
So it's a 2-button pedal.
So it's the 72, I think, what's the other 72?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounded so good. Every one of them sounded so good.
I'm sure. I have no doubt, actually.
Yeah, I was so blown away, and it was so rich and musical all the way through every setting I picked.
And then you use this in front of everything. So
In
when
front
that
of
was your
everything.
second, that was your boost on any pedal. So
Yep.
I don't know these things. So I mean, I'm sure I'm probably the only one. But do you put a boost before or after your pedal?
Yeah, you usually put it before, but in this case, I'm torn because it might be smart to have two of them because you could set one as a pre into the pedal to hit it harder,
Right.
but then you could also use one as a leveling
All right.
because it's so transparent before that flame,
Yeah.
so it would just give you a kick,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, the limitations is only up to the user.
That's right.
I just heard everything I needed to hear, though. I
I
like
know.
it. It has one button and one knob.
I
And
love
what
that
else do
too.
you need, right?
And I was really surprised. It's one of the only boost pedals I've ever ran with that, like, so my Cornfords are tricky beasts because they're not really, I don't want to say they're not pedal friendly, but I never use them with those kind of amps. And I think just because it already has so much gain
Get into it.
built in.
Yeah, yeah, and the selection is there.
It
To me,
is.
this is the guy that has, for me, to me, this is the best pedal ever for the amps that I have because
Yeah.
everything I have is a one-channel amp. They're now granted the Plexis have two, but they're not really switchable, and I don't do the AB box and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
sometimes you jump them, so to have something like this, or even your old Fender or your PB Classic, whatever, your single channel amp, this is your solution right here.
It is. And what's crazy though, so I've tried every kind of pedal into that Cornford, and usually none of them work.
Right,
They don't really work well to me.
right.
But that one
That one
sounded
does.
unbelievable
I bet.
on every stage of it, which I was so shocked by because, not like I said, it's not that it takes them badly, it's just not really built for that.
Right.
But that
Right.
made it sound even better. I
Yeah,
couldn't
so that
believe it.
exactly. So you figure your Cornford's got a great clean, multiple overdrives section,
Yep.
and then dual masters, dual effects list. I mean, what else do you really need on
That
that amp?
that's right.
So, and the Victories are the same way. They're not really going to benefit from a wide range of pedals.
You're right.
But if you're a dumb guitar player like me, and you play these things, this is the answer.
That's the magic button.
Because everything else really does change something.
You're
There's
right.
a friend of mine always says there's no free lunches.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna gain something, you're gonna give something up to get it.
You're totally
You don't
right.
take a left without giving a right.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
this was the first I heard that. As soon as you start playing it, I thought that tone hasn't changed.
I
It's
know.
just got
It's just
it
bigger.
bigger. Yeah,
It
man.
just sounds fatter,
Louder.
bigger,
Cranked.
better.
Yeah, it just sounded like somebody just spooled the knob.
Yep.
So man, great job.
Yeah. Now put it on the clean all the way down for a second and turn it on. Now where I think it's also going to benefit a lot of guys, right? So if they're doing like a country picking session or something where they just need the clean boost, the literal
Right.
clean boost. So now turn it off for a second. And now just like a little bit on the boost. Off again. Keep doing it until you get a little more of a level kick. But so you see how clear that is? It
Yeah.
still didn't lose that
Right.
awesome quality of that amp.
Yeah.
Sounds unbelievable.
Do you know the price point of this by chance?
You know what? We're gonna do this for the crowd because I want to know. I think it's 150.
Okay.
That's my guess.
And could you just blast it across the
That's what
screen
I'll
or
do. I'll
something?
put it on the screen.
I'm just curious.
It's either 150 or 100, and I've actually been blown away by all the prices on his website because some of those pedals they could have easily charged over $300 for it, and they charged
Agreed.
200.
Agreed.
I was blown away by
Yeah.
that. That's
I would like to, and I'm not. I guess I won't because I don't want to bash anybody else's pedal company. But I would love to say these are all the Plexi pedals I've tried, and this is the one I kept.
Yep.
Because I'm telling you, I've always trying to find it because on the rare occasion I do play, I just know that I can take this pedal. I'm going to sound like I do.
Yep.
You know, so
That's
that
right.
time that I went out to see my friend out in Nebraska and was in Texas, I took that 68 with me, and that was all I needed.
That's all you need.
So it sounds like it's supposed to. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so either way, you just can't go wrong. That's the long and the short is you're not if you buy his product, and I'm not tooting the horn, man. It's just the truth is if you buy his product, you're not going to be disappointed because I've bought too many. That's why I don't play them. I bought too many. I got disappointed on. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know it.
It's like,
That's
geez, you know, or you got the generic sound. You know what? And I say this. I tell this to people. You want to sound like everybody else, buy what everybody else gets.
that's right.
But if
Mm-hmm.
you want to sound like you, then you got to get the unique stuff. And this is it, man.
It is.
And
Yep.
actually, everything he makes, you know. So think about like how many we did the tube screamer thing and the
Mm-hmm.
nobles and things. So really, anybody can achieve that sound, and there's
You're
zillions
right.
of them out there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna sound like every other guy out there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But why I like his stuff, it's legit and it sounds. It's just the best ones I played. That's
Yeah.
all I can say. I don't really know how else to describe it.
I agree with you totally. I was
But
blown away. I was so excited to get him because and he was so nice and friendly. What a nice guy.
yeah,
The whole dealing with him has been it's
yeah,
just such a pleasure. And so thank you for sending them. And I know I'm going to end up buying them all. So so
yeah. Well, that's you know what. If you're gonna collect something, this be a pretty good collection to have.
that's right.
This one, I can't believe it. I'm just blown away at how good
Sounds.
this is to
And
what
for
it
that price
does.
point, I mean,
Yeah,
where else can Electro Harmonix pedals $150.
right.
That's a high quality boutique, you know, top of the heap pedal
Yeah,
for 150
and they're
bucks.
made. I'm pretty sure it's Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah.
You
Hmm.
know, I mean, this is where it's at. I mean, you're getting it. It's not outsourced or whatever. You know, it's just they are made by the guy's name that's on here. This is the guy that's doing it.
It is.
That's the cool part.
That is another cool part. Yep.
That's when you're at the grassroots of something really cool, and that's why I like this product. And there's so many reasons besides how it sounds. You're supporting someone that's trying to make a difference out there in the rock and roll world, and
Amen.
is doing it on it every day. You know.
Yeah.
So I dig it. I'm a big fan too, and I've never been like I mean, we've talked. I've said it twice already, at least. I've never been a pedal guy,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
these years definitely changed my thought.
Yeah, for sure. I'm blown away. That's going to be in my collection too. I'm sure
This is going to be yes. I'm going to have one of these.
it is the perfect, to me, it's the perfect. If you own a Marshall, you need to buy that pedal.
Yeah, and so even on we never did anything with your 25, 55, your 100 watt Jubilee head.
Hmm.
Same way, single channel amp.
It would sound great
This would
with
be
that.
great with that. A
Yeah.
2203, a 2204, same way would sound great. There's your second channel that you don't have in that amp.
Yeah, you're right.
And can you tell I switched it? Turn your
Yeah.
volume up
Yeah.
once, please. So listen for the click. Do you hear the
There's
click?
nothing.
No. That's why I was blown away with that. You don't hear a click click out there. You don't hear a click click here.
And that's not easy to do.
No,
I
it's not.
usually hear it every time, almost on
Yeah.
any pedal. It's so annoying.
There's a
Just
click and it's
clunk.
yeah, and you hear it through your
You
speaker at
do,
times. Yeah.
definitely.
But
Hmm.
if you hear it, it's because you're catching it through my mic, but you're not hearing it through that speaker.
Guaranteed.
No. So that's the magic as well.
It is.
I don't know what to call that other than like soft touch switching, but
That's what I guess it is. I think that's what I've heard that term before. I bet you that is what it's called. Soft touch switching.
yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in these things,
But they
but
got it right. I know
yeah,
that.
and there's no reason for me to know what's in these things because they work.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
but no, it's killer, man.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Yeah, this one here is
That's legit. Yeah, so go through the range a little bit more one more time. I'll do a little playing of it out.
hey, why don't you go grab your telly real quick,
Oh yeah, let's do
and then
that
we'll
because
just
then we got those new.
we'll talk all about it. You're good. Don't worry about it. I got the cord.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oops.
let me get a sip of coffee, and we'll just wrap it up with the telly. I'm blown away by those Squire tellies out there.
I
I
know.
played the red one with the black guard, and then
Mhm.
right beside it is a blue one with a white guard.
Unbelievable. I know.
Shocking.
It's shocking how good guitars just in general have gotten.
Yeah, and it proves the theory that we may have talked about. You can get a really good buy the good amp
Amen.
and get a guitar you can live with at first because
Amen.
the okay, so I always say that the last 10% takes 90% of the work
You're
to
right.
do something. So, but those guitars, if you get a good setup on them, like Cody does to them, which just blows my mind.
It is crazy how good he can get them to play.
I know that one Strat, I won't even take it apart now. I wanted to make a demo guitar out of it because it plays so good.
I know, but my student bought that 335 because of how good
Oh,
it
really?
played. Yeah, because it was like,
Yeah,
that's
good.
astonishing, you know?
It was shocking, right?
Shocking.
So, yeah, but those tellies, I'm blown away. So down the road, the playability, put it this way, the playability between that Squire and a U.S. standard telly is not that far apart.
You're right.
You get a good luthier like Cody or Jeff, and they'll make a play as good, or if not even a little better with their magic.
Mm-hmm.
And then you may have to upgrade. It's typical. You're going to upgrade tuners and hardware,
little
and,
things,
and maybe your electronics. But then you have a guitar that's great. So get your amp.
Yeah,
It used to be the opposite.
I know,
but now you get your amp.
You're right. You're right.
So
cool.
We've had this guitar on here before, but now it's just went through a change with the master Jeff Hostetter, the world renowned luthier. Yeah. So tell us what happened.
Yeah, so what he did is he put those new bridge. So these were made by trying to think of the luthier down in Nashville.
Isn't it Paul
Glazer?
Glazer, yeah.
Yeah, yep. Joe Glazer.
Joe Glazer, that's it.
Yep. So he makes these new saddles that allow you to intonate your telly better. It also allows you to get the string spacing right. Now, I had brass saddles on it before that Sir had on it originally.
Okay. Were they like a Wilkinson saddle being compensated?
That's what I think they are. I think they're. We can look at them then.
Yeah, no worries.
But they did sound great.
Yeah.
So it'll be curious to see, how this fares over the next few weeks because I'll get a real.
Well, it's interesting. So the standard ones, and I'm not a telly player for say. Well, I have a couple of them, and I've experienced that where that you had that string movement. So when I went to the Wilkinson compensated, I got a little better tunability, but also they're notched and you're good. They're not riding on the barrel.
Yep.
But to see this, so now those actually have micro grooves and a lot of them. I was amazed at how fine of detail. That's what we were talking about earlier. You couldn't do this by hand. A CNC machine had to cut those grooves, and those grooves are, if they're even 2 millimeter apart, I'd be surprised. I bet they're a millimeter. And I'm using millimeter just because they're smaller than, let's say, a 64th of an inch. Mm-hmm. They are tight, but it gives you the ability. What I like about this is so now you can determine your string spacing at the bridge end. Yep. If you want to make it a little narrower, you can. Mm-hmm. So where before you didn't really have that ability.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. I'm really excited about them. And I've heard everybody in Nashville talk about them, and well, we're going to put it to the test, because I am curious how it fares to the old ones,
Well, yeah, and with your hands, I'm sure you'll know a difference quickly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to plug this back into the treble side because I do believe the tellies have enough drive to push this.
Let's do it.
And then I'm going to get this right back to, and then I'll roll back a couple. We're right around 7, so we'll try that first.
This guitar sounds so good. It's such a good guitar. Let's hear that bridge.
So we were on 10. We are on 10
Listen
right
to how good that sounds.
That's what they do.
Jeez. That's ridiculous sounding. I got to play that a little more. Put that back on.
Go ahead. awesome, right?
It is awesome.
So I'm betting, and I'm not a gambler, but I'm betting if I roll this back on around 4 and we use this, we're going to get really close to that.
Yeah, I agree.
So I got to use my best guess here. Well, it looks about right.
Yeah.
So let's give me an idea what that bridge sounds like now. And if we're looking in this direction, which is going to be to your left, all right, it's because we have the screen there that we can see the signal and make sure they're not clipping too bad. Yeah. So right now we got some room. So let's see what happens.
Yeah,
I'm just going to hit it and start rolling as you're playing. So that responded a lot different than your other story that you were playing. This was at 9 o'clock, and that made a huge difference.
Yeah.
Rolling it up, I just stopped there. I thought, man, that thing's really cranking.
It is. It really.
So
you hear really, more. It adds some fatness to the bottom.
Really brought. Yeah. I don't know why that was, because the Urso didn't seem to have that big of a drastic of a change at 9 o'clock. I mean, that's just barely turning this thing on.
Yeah.
Compared to that. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to point that out where we're at, because we're going to keep rolling.
Yeah. Cool.
I gotta tell you, the secret's out. Yeah. This pedal and a JTM 45 is going to be the new sound in Nashville after hearing that. Man.
We should not release this video.
Yeah, I think you know what I mean? If Tennessee isn't calling Lawrence up after this one, something's wrong, because I've got to tell you, that was incredible.
That was incredible sounding.
Okay, well, it was only at 12 o'clock.
Jeez, so we still got so good, doesn't it?
We got a ways to go yet, so let's try it.
Wowzers.
Oh, it's not even working it.
I know.
Let's go. So
that is the sound of Nashville, Bum.
That was at 3 o'clock now.
That's ridiculous.
So we'll get it to 5, and that'll be the max of this is going to do it, which is plenty.
Yeah.
And the recap, once we get through the final, then I'll turn it off and you play a little bit just so everybody can hear the differences, because
hear the difference back and forth, right?
Yeah, man.
That's magical, though. I mean, what else could you need on stage? That may be the best 2 sounds I've ever heard. You have the best clean sound you ever want right there, and then your solo sound.
3 o'clock, and I'm going to hit it on. pegged out, by the way.
But it sounds so
I rolled it
good.
up. Yeah, man.
All the way through there, it sounded good.
Yeah, there's not, no, right, exactly. This is one of those things, you pick your spot. You know, and I
Unbelievable.
could actually see what you were saying about having two of these
Right?
to stack those, because you could have your 9 o'clock, your 12, your 9 o'clock, and 3 or
Or
whatever.
even 3.
Yeah,
You could
man.
have like different levels.
Yeah,
Like one is a straight clean boost, one
yeah,
is a little bit of grip for your like mid gain
yeah,
sounds. Especially with this amp,
yeah. This style amp, this is just this is a match made in heaven.
it is a match made in heaven.
Yeah. So I have an old JTM 45. This is going to leave. I'll take it with me tonight. It'll be out tomorrow. But I
Yeah.
have an old JTM 45 at home that we'll use to demonstrate some of this other stuff.
Oh, I can't wait.
Because in the same way it's KT66
That
driven.
sounds so good.
So yeah, we won't be out of Marshalls anytime soon. Put it that way.
Amen. Amen.
So,
I can't wait to demo. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna let you play with this maxed out for a few bars, and I'm gonna kick it off, and then we'll hear it
Dry without this.
without it.
Yep.
Just so everybody, because my ears are absolutely blown. Nobody has no idea how loud this is in here right
that's
now.
right. That's right.
So, but you know what? It's just supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, all right, man. Right on. So now I have it off. We'll just play something so everybody can hear the difference. So let me ask you something. Actually, before I do, I'm going to put it back on 10 again and give us that set and play something else so we can hear it all spooled up again.
Yeah.
How killer, right?
That sounds so good, though. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't beat just that.
No.
I'm going to say that.
No, exactly. But then when you boost just that, you're in a whole different world, right?
You're right. You're
so
right.
Let me ask you something, because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
If you had two of these,
Mm-hmm.
could you govern the output of the first one by bringing the next one down? Would that let the high push go through, but a lower volume, or would that choke that back?
Yeah, I wonder. And we definitely got to test it, because that's...
So you smart pedal guys out there, because I am not one. But if you would know that, I'd be curious to know. Maybe Lawrence will chime in. We'll send him a link.
Yeah.
And he can let us know, because I'm curious if you had two of these, because I could definitely see the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Could you crank one real hard, and then at the end of the chain, have this choke that crank sound down, that you could have it?
Well, I'll tell you how I would run it. This
Tell
is what
me.
I would do, actually, is I would use my RJM.
Which is?
So an RJM is a switcher. So you would plug all of these pedals into that switcher,
Okay.
right? And then when you would hit button 1, it would activate only that loop.
Gotcha. Right.
And then the next, when you go to the higher one, it would only activate that loop.
Right.
So they would never touch one another.
Gotcha.
In the signal chain.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I have a feeling that's probably the way people would run it.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just know.
I mean, that's how I would run it if I was running multiples, only because then they never touch. And then I can also have it where if I wanted to see how it sounded,
right,
where I could have them both running in series.
Okay, gotcha. Right.
But
so
that gives you the option to do
all those things, right? So it's
Yeah.
funny. So the reason I think about that, years ago, a long time ago, I remember this guy saying, "Oh, distortion over distortion is no good."
Mhm.
And then in more recent times, the last 20 years, people started stacking their overdrive
They
pedals.
do, yeah. Mhm.
So, and when I first, and then when I saw Doug Aldridge do his jet fuel pedal, rocket fuel pedal, into a Marshall set to like an AC/DC crunch, I thought, well, there's,
The
crank
same-
into crank, so
Same kind of
you're right.
idea,
So he's pushing
right?
and pushing. So It's kind of interesting. So then I wondered about this. Could you control the output of one by reducing the other, but still retain that drive
That
sound?
drive, yeah,
I
yeah.
have no idea, but
Mm-hmm.
somebody will let us know,
I mean,
hopefully.
I would think that another way you could run it, this would be another option to it, is you can run that into the loop of an amp.
Yeah.
And then that would give you the option to have your like that would leave this cranked, almost like a master volume.
Right.
I've seen guys do that with
Okay. That's
boost
kind
pedals
of
too.
interesting. I'm not a pedal maker, but I've actually made a control you could stick in your years ago that
Yeah,
you could stick in your effects loop if you had it and didn't have a master, and then you could roll that
same
preamp volume,
concept, right?
basically, right?
Yeah.
So interesting stuff. I never thought about a boost in the effects loop.
Yeah, I know
So
guys do it.
yeah,
And then
that's
they
pretty
put a
cool.
volume pedal on it too sometimes.
Well, I thought about that too, but I've never used one of those either. So I thought, well, hey, if you're reducing the volume, or you're just reducing the loudness, or are you also taking away the drive?
You would be taking away the drive if it's in the front of the amp for sure.
Okay.
It would. Yeah, it would have to be in the loop for the one. Now, when I run my RJM board, there is part of it going to the loop. So the cool thing about the RJM is you can have effects do multiple
You have to
things.
bring that in because I have no idea.
Oh, it's so cool. You can have things like loop go into your loop, and then on another setting, you can have it completely the other way,
Okay.
where it's just straight in the front of your amp.
Yeah.
And that gives you a ton of flexibility because maybe you want to have a chorus go through the front of the amp, but on another setting, you want it in the loop.
So I got to tell you, I'm glazing over. You know why?
Yeah.
Because this amp, this pedal, and
What
that
else do you
guitar
need?
is all I
know.
want. This loop in, loop out. You know what? None of my old Marshalls have an effects loop.
I know.
And
I know what you mean.
so it's like I know all these things are possible. Even like you had told me the quad cortex, you can do the 3 or 4
Four
whatever.
cable method.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've never done it. I just use that to put headphones on and play stuff.
Well, here's the problem, right? That may be the greatest sounding thing I've ever heard right there.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't have that,
Yeah.
just that on different settings,
Yeah.
one of the greatest sounds you ever had. That makes that amp usable in any scenario.
I agree. So that's the thing. So
Why
it
would
goes
you need
back
anything
to
else?
yeah, exactly. So this is why I like simplicity.
Yeah.
For one, and then for another, geez, I don't know if you've looked. I looked. I've got to tube these things. Man, the price of tubes have skyrocketed.
Yep.
I'm not very happy about that.
I know it.
This is as bad as gasoline right now.
I know
But
it.
that's the topic for another day. But so when you get those amps that have all that crazy switching in it, and it's cool at the time, but then when it's time to repair it or retube it, now your wallet's going to sting a little bit. So
Yep.
I've always liked single channel because I'm a simple guy.
Yeah.
And I just like simple things. And these are, to me, this has 2 extra knobs I really don't need unless it's in the blues breaker thing.
Yeah.
But normally 6 knobs is enough. And
That's the
I
most.
just like them, But then you can get that as long as you have a tube somewhere in your. Well, if you're ending out with tube amp, you're gonna have a good sound.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
interesting, but it's unlimited the combinations people get nowadays, and it just makes your head hurt. So the quad cortex thing that I have, I don't even use one slice of the pie. What it can do,
It's crazy how much is in that
it's
thing.
right. You can run a whole band on that thing.
You can.
But I just got it so I can be quiet.
It's tough, and I hate to. I'm not trying to bash anyone here. Everybody to each his own. But I would say that anybody who thinks they like that, go somewhere and plug into one of these.
Yeah, and turn it up.
And in 5 minutes, if you're not like, what have I been doing?
Yeah. Well,
it's the greatest sound I've ever heard.
Yeah, when you have that, it's a feeling too, right?
It's the feeling.
You got to understand it, right? It is a touch. There is a tube response compared to a transistor response. Interesting enough, Brenner. I know we're really rambling, but so we haven't made a long video in a while, so that's how it is.
Yeah.
I was talking to Brenner the other day, the manager here. I talk to him all the time. He's great.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about a guy came in, and he said, "Hey, I want." He was a modeler guy.
Oh yeah.
So they got their place, and he wants to go try the real deal.
Yeah.
So, he went from a blow up doll to a real woman,
That's
right?
it.
I mean, that's it.
That's really what it is.
So
yeah,
everybody has their thing. It's cool. I'm good. Just a little splash with me, right?
That's right.
So
that's right.
But he wanted to try a little amp. So he said, I'd like to try deluxe. They'd like the deluxe, a nice little amp.
Yeah.
Brandon goes, no, it's just what you think, because they're pretty loud. The guy, well, how many watts is it? Well,
Yeah.
it's 22 watts. Whatever. When he
Yeah.
turned it on, the guy was like, why is it so loud?
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
It's a
It's a
different
tube amp,
thing.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're whatever they use. I don't know what all they use, but it has
Yeah.
its place. I'm not against it. I seen they just got Chad and Brenner just got the
Tone
Fender.
Master.
Oh, did you get one of those too?
Yeah, that's gonna be up there.
Okay,
Hmm.
that's pretty cool. But they have the speaker as
They do
well
have the speakers
that goes
too. So
with
they
it.
have the FRR speakers, but then
I would
they
say,
also got the actual Tone Master
yeah.
too.
So I get a friend of mine uses one of those, and it's cool. You know what? If you're a gigging guy and all that kind of stuff, I understand to a point.
Yeah.
Especially if if you're a working guy and you gig for fun and stuff. For
Hmm.
one, simplicity of the setup. You don't have a lot to carry a lot.
Yep. Goes in your backpack.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
I used the Helix on a few gigs and I didn't like it. I'm gonna be honest, but man, you get to the gig,
yeah, you're
it's
set up and
all
tear
in your
down.
backpack.
Yeah,
Like, and then you're done at the gig and you grab two cables and a pedal.
yeah.
You're
And
like,
you know what? And those on the other side of the PA really didn't hear a substantial difference.
yeah. I mean, they did, but
It was
it's like to the person who doesn't know, they don't know.
they don't know, right?
So it's like if I were to do that same gig and halfway through change it,
Yeah,
they would be like, "What's wrong? What
right.
happened?"
What happened? Right.
Every time.
Depending what you heard first, right?
Right? Like if you heard this first and you tried to go to a quad cortex, everybody would probably leave. I'm gonna be that honest about it. I've
Well,
tried it
so
actually.
yeah, and understand, you're at the level that, that I'll never be at, and a lot of people, you play at a different level than most, and you're playing in a different environment than most. So, with that being said, when I was in bands years ago, I played for people that wanted to dance and drink.
That's right.
So,
That's right. You're
after a
right.
couple beers, I was good as anybody.
Exactly, right? That's the truth, right? Like, and at the end of the day, people want to hear what they love.
Yeah,
And
sure.
so they don't care what it's as long as it sounds like that tune a rock
Right. You got to
approximation.
have those hooks in there, right? And that's the advantage of the modeling parts, because
Yeah.
these you're trying to cover so many different bands
Oh,
and their
I
sounds.
do
So
agree.
then the
Hmm.
modeling has its place. But I always revert back to Eddie Van Halen. Eddie was always Eddie, regardless if he was playing Casey and the Sunshine
I
Band
know it.
or Iron Man. It was still Eddie playing through a plexi, playing his sound his way.
That's right.
So, and it carried. So there was a
Hmm.
guy I played with that was in the band with us at the time. It's been years ago, but he'd say, "Hey, if you want to hear the record, go home and put it on."
That's right. That's true. That's true.
So, because there was nothing note for note for that
Exactly.
guy,
That's
but he
right.
didn't care. He did his own thing.
Well,
It
he's
was
doing his
cool.
own thing and he's having fun, and that's what it's about,
That
right?
is about right. So it's
The
all about having fun.
the thing that I would tell people about these and why it's so important that if you're really a serious guitar player and you really are interested in finding that holy grail tone, why you're searching for something like this in specific is that your finger tone, it doesn't lie to you. It doesn't give you things that aren't there. It doesn't add things that to make it sound better even though you're not doing them.
Yeah, there's no talent boosters built into a tube amp.
That's right. And so if you really want to up your game, you have to figure out the raw source where you stand first.
Yeah.
And this is going to tell you that real quick like.
Yeah, and the good part is once you have that established, then you can always add to it if you
That's
want
right.
to do reverb or delay or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can play the rawness of one of these, then you're good.
Yep.
You're good. And they're out there. I mean, nowadays. If you go to Guitar Center, Used Gear, whatever, some of this stuff can be expensive. But if you go to the used gear places, you can get some really good deals.
I bet you can.
And
Yep.
and that's enough. So
yeah.
uh,
Fantastic.
it's cool.
It's
Either
great.
way,
Tom.
that's all I know, man.
Good stuff.
Thanks for
Tom.
hanging out, brother.
Yeah, that was so much fun. We are the
Yeah.
Tom and Trey Show. I'm Trey.
Yeah, I guess I'm Tom.
Yeah. And so if you like what you saw here today, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications. A little bit of everything today. We had an old, so this is a JTM 45 and an LPD.
Yeah.
What's it called? Head-On Boost.
Head-On. Yeah, it's interesting. This is really, really good. This is kind of stuff I like. This really surprised me, and I like learning some stuff. So, good job, man. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
One last thing I want to say is thank you to Jeff Hostetter.
Yeah.
Because this is sounding great. And that's those new
Those new saddles,
yeah,
man.
I forget what they call them. What were they called?
I don't know.
uh,
Uh,
Bridgemaster Pro or something. I
something.
think it's like that, but it's Joe Glazer too. So thank you
Yeah,
for
man.
installing them, Jeff, and thank you, Joe, for designing them. But that's about it. We're gonna wrap it, and
Yeah.
we'll see you in a few weeks. But thank you,
Yeah,
Tom.
brother.
Awesome.
Yeah.